Welcome back to another episode of Speak English Now and Loud. We are so happy to have you here with us today for episode 6. Before we begin this very special conversation, please take a moment to support us. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends who want to practice their English. Turn on the bell icon so you never miss our lessons.
Yes, a warm welcome back, everyone. Your incredible support keeps us going every single week. Today, we are diving into a topic that touches every single one of us in this fast-paced modern life: how to find true peace in a very noisy, busy world. So sit back, relax, and let's start improving your English listening and speaking skills together.
You know, Alex, lately I have been thinking deeply about how the world around us is changing, and it feels like everything is just getting louder, faster, and more aggressive every single day. It is becoming an absolute challenge to just sit down in a room and find a single moment of true, unfiltered silence, where your mind isn't racing with thoughts about work, family, or global events. Everywhere you go, there was some kind of background noise, whether it is physical or mental, and it truly drains our inner battery without us even realizing it.
I completely agree with your observation, Emma. The modern environment we live in is literally designed to keep our brains constantly active and distracted. Think about it. Between the loud traffic on the streets, the endless construction sounds, the music in cafes, and the nonstop buzzing of our smartphones, our nervous system is always on high alert. We never truly get a chance to experience pure stillness anymore. And because our minds are always processing this heavy external noise, we are constantly feeling exhausted before our day even properly begins.
Exactly. And if we are being completely honest, a massive part of this modern anxiety and daily stress comes directly from our screen time and digital habits. Most people have this automatic routine where the very first thing they do upon waking up in the morning is reach for their phone and immediately start scrolling through social media platforms. We open our eyes and immediately fill our beautiful, fresh morning brains with hundreds of opinions, news stories, and dramatic videos that we do not even need to know about.
That is a dangerous trap. And the worst part is that we do it completely unconsciously as a bad habit without realizing the long-term damage. When you consume so much random digital content first thing in the morning, your brain instantly goes into a state of comparison and information overload. You start looking at other people's filtered, perfect lives, their expensive vacations, and their achievements, which automatically creates a deep sense of insecurity and anxiety inside you before you have even had your morning coffee.
Yes, and that online comparison is a major psychological trap because people only showcase their absolute best, highly edited moments while hiding their real struggles. Our viewers and English learners need to understand that social media is a highlight reel, not reality. But when we look at it constantly, we feel like we are lagging behind in life. This continuous pressure creates a silent type of mental fatigue where your brain feels heavy, foggy, and completely incapable of experiencing simple joy.
Absolutely, Emma. You hit the nail right on the head. Because mental fatigue is completely different from physical tiredness. You can't just fix it with a quick nap. Because society teaches us to hide our struggles, we accumulate this emotional weight inside us as chronic stress, which slowly begins to ruin our daily life. It destroys our focus when we try to study English, it ruins our sleep quality at night, and it creates a permanent feeling of frustration that damages our relationships with the people we love.
I have spent a lot of time reflecting on this, and I have realized that if we truly want to protect our mental health, we must urgently learn the beautiful art of saying no. We live in a culture that pressures us to say yes to every single project, every social gathering, and every favor requested by others, even when we are completely burnt out. We need to learn to say no to things, people, or toxic situations that drain our limited emotional energy. And we must learn to do it without carrying an immense mountain of guilt in our hearts.
That is an incredibly powerful point, Emma, because many people confuse setting healthy boundaries with being selfish or mean to others. In reality, protecting your personal energy is the highest form of self-care and the foundation of mental health. Because if your own cup is completely empty, you cannot help anyone else. Saying no to extra unnecessary commitments means you are saying yes to your own inner peace, your personal time, and your mental clarity, which is absolutely necessary for a balanced life.
But let's be realistic, Alex. Even when we clear our schedules and sit down to relax, our own minds become our biggest enemy because they just love to overthink absolutely everything. We will sit on a comfortable sofa, try to enjoy a quiet evening, and suddenly our brain starts replaying an embarrassing conversation from 3 years ago or worrying about a meeting next week. We possess this terrible habit of creating complex imaginary problems in our heads that do not even exist in the real world, torturing ourselves for no reason.
Oh, I am definitely 100% guilty of that exact same habit, Emma. Overthinking is truly a universal human struggle in the modern world. We waste almost 80% of our precious mental energy worrying about what-if scenarios regarding tomorrow, next month, or next year, completely draining our present joy. We forget that the past is already gone and cannot be changed, and the future is not even born yet. The only moment we actually possess and can control is right now, this very second.
Exactly. So the real question is, what practical, simple steps can an ordinary person take to break this exhausting cycle of overthinking and digital noise? For me personally, I have started an intentional habit where I turn off my smartphone completely and place it in another room for just 1 hour every evening. I don't check messages, I don't look at emails, and honestly, that tiny 60-minute window of pure digital detox feels like an absolute breath of fresh air for my soul.
That sounds like a brilliant and life-changing habit, Emma. I think I am going to try that exact technique myself because my screen time has been way too high lately. What I usually try to do when my mind feels overcrowded is put on my walking shoes and step outside into a local park or nature trail for a short, quiet walk. I intentionally leave my headphones at home so I can just listen to the natural sound of the wind, the birds, and my own footsteps, which instantly grounds my energy.
Nature truly has a magical way of healing our stress, Alex. There is something so comforting about realizing the world moves perfectly without our constant control. Another beautiful and incredibly simple practice that has transformed my mornings is keeping a small paper journal right next to my bed on the nightstand. Every single morning, before I check any electronic device, I force myself to write down 3 specific, small things that I am genuinely grateful for in my life.
Practicing intentional gratitude completely rewires the neural pathways in your brain, Emma, because it forces your mind to change its entire lens and perspective on reality. In modern society, marketing and media are constantly telling us what our lives are missing and what we need to buy next to be happy. Gratitude completely flips that script because it forces you to pause, look around your room, and deeply appreciate the beautiful things, health, and people you already possess right now.
We live in a highly competitive society that constantly praises the concept of hustle culture and being busy 24 hours a day as a badge of honor. But we desperately need to remind ourselves that slowing down, resting, and doing absolutely nothing is also a beautiful and necessary form of productivity. A machine will break down if you run it at maximum speed without stopping, and your brain functions exactly the same way. A rested mind is always a sharper, more creative mind.
That is a wonderful analogy, Emma. Life is definitely a long, beautiful marathon that requires pacing. It is absolutely not a chaotic short sprint where you burn all your energy at the start. Taking a deliberate break to just sit quietly, breathe deeply, and allow your thoughts to settle down is not laziness. It is survival. If you do not consciously choose a time to rest your mind, your body and your mental health will eventually choose a time to break down for you.
For all of our lovely English learners and viewers who are watching this episode right now, please understand that finding peace does not mean you have to change your entire life overnight. You do not need to quit your job, move to a quiet mountain, or become a monk. It simply means making small, mindful choices throughout your normal day. It means choosing to take 3 deep breaths when you feel frustrated, or closing your eyes for 2 minutes during a stressful day at the office.
Exactly, Emma. It is all about consistency and progress. Just like the journey of learning to speak English fluently, you cannot master it in one single day. Finding inner peace in a noisy world takes daily practice, a mountain of patience, and most importantly, being incredibly kind and forgiving toward yourself when things feel messy. If you have a chaotic, stressful day where you overthink everything, don't punish yourself. Just accept it, breathe, and try again tomorrow.
I truly hope that our conversation today inspires every single person watching us to create their own tiny, sacred, quiet routine, starting this week. It does not have to be complicated at all. It can literally be as simple as waking up 5 minutes earlier than usual just to enjoy a warm cup of tea in total silence before the chaos begins. Those 5 minutes of pure, uninterrupted stillness can become your anchor, protecting your emotional stability for the rest of the day.
Yes, finding and protecting that small pocket of silence in your daily life is exactly how you survive the modern world without losing your sanity. It acts like a shield, helping you build that deep, unshakable inner strength so that no matter how loud, crazy, or stressful the external world becomes, you can face it with absolute confidence. Take control of your daily environment, protect your mind, and never let the noise of the world drown out your inner peace.
Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for watching episode 6 and spending your valuable time practicing your English listening skills with us today. We sincerely hope this deep conversation brought a sense of calm, peace, and relaxation to your busy week. Please don't forget to leave a beautiful comment below telling us your favorite way to find peace in this noisy world. We absolutely love reading every single one of your thoughts.
Yes, thank you all so much for your incredible time, your lovely comments, and for being such an inspiring part of our growing online podcast family. Remember to keep listening to these episodes, keep practicing your speaking out loud, and we will definitely see you in the next exciting episode. Take care of your precious mental health, stay safe, find your peace, and goodbye, everyone.